Hey everyone, I have built a simple WebRTC video conference library called QuickRTC, and this library is built on top of WebRTC and Mediasoup. I'll show you like how we can integrate this library into the existing applications. It can be React or it can be JavaScript applications. Let's get into the real integration part. Now let's understand like what we have to build. So we have to build a kind of simple signaling server library that we have to build with the Express and Node.js server. And we have to build a React client. The React client will use the QuickRTC React client library, and server will use the QuickRTC server library. Server is nothing but like we have to create a signaling server. Signaling server will transfer the media to each and every participant individually whenever they wants to consume it. Let's get into the integration part. If you see here, like we have a simple server client setup here, and in server I'm using the Express, HTTPS, and Socketivo and the QuickRTC server library here. I have done all the necessary imports here. And after that, I'm creating a simple Express app by using the Express library itself. And I'm using this particular Express app to create HTTPS server. I'm just using HTTPS server instance to create our Socketivo server. And now we have used the Socketivo server to create our QuickRTC server as a dependency here. We have our QuickRTC server instance here. I'm using this particular instance to start the server itself by using this particular start function here. Now we have to start the server on the port 3000. You can use your own port to start the server, but I'm using port 3000 to start the server here. Now the server setup is completely done. Let's move to the client side setup here. If you see in the client side, like we have the Socketivo client and the QuickRTC React client as a library dependencies here. First, I have connected to the backend with the port 3000 with the Socketivo here, and I have done a socket connection here from the client side. And now we have to use the useQuickRTC hook that is coming from the QuickRTC React client library. I'm injecting this particular Socketivo instance into this hook here. This hook will automatically provide the necessary elements for the video conference needs, and join for the join conference, produce the local media streams, and leave to just leave from the conference itself. And this RTC is a kind of event subscription handler. With this particular instance, we can automatically listen to all the events that is coming from the video conference. And now we have to subscribe to the particular events here. If you see here, like I have used the use effect hook, initialize the event listeners here, and for the new participants and for the new streams, and when any stream is removed from the conference, or like when any participant left from the conference, for these particular events, attaching all the necessary functions here. This particular functions and callbacks that is coming from the use state hook itself. And as a step 3, we have to use the join function here. To join the conference, I'm just like using this particular join that is coming from the use QuickRTC hook itself. To join the conference, you have to provide conference ID and the participant name here. Once you have joined the conference, I'm awaiting till the conference joining is done. So once you have joined the conference, you have to produce your local media. To produce your local media, I'm using the navigator to get the local user media. And once we have got the streams here, I'm just producing the streams with the produce function. Now we have to use the handle leave here. So this handle leave is nothing but you want to leave from the conference. At that time, you can use this particular handle leave function. If you see here, I'm just like using this particular leave function here. That is also we have got from use QuickRTC hook itself. By just triggering this particular function, you can automatically leave from the conference itself. And after that, I'm just clearing the local cache. If you see here, like it's a basic the JSX configuration here. If I haven't joined, I'm just like showing the conference ID input and the participant name input with the handle join button. And if I have joined completely, and I'm just showing the local streams data with the QuickRTC video. This particular element is provided by the QuickRTC library itself. This is simple a kind of video element wrapper, and we have to provide the streams and the ID. And after that, like the remote streams, like we are showing it in the same grid. So and at the same time, like we have a kind of handle leave button here, and this handle leave will automatically trigger handle leave function that we have written previously here. So yeah, that's it. That was simple the client and server setup. And now we have to start the both client and servers here. I'm just running npm run dev in the client directory, and I'm just running npm run dev in the server directory as well. So now we have our both server and client that is already running now. Now I have opened 4 different browser instances with the same URL, the client URL. And now we have the room name and the name as well. And for the room name, like I'm just putting the room as demo room across all 4 participants. And this particular participant will be A, and this will be B, and this will be C, and this will be D here. And now we have A, B, C, D participants here. I'm just like joining one by one here. And here the A is joined, and now B is joined, and C is also joined now, and D is also joined here. Now if you see here, like all four participants are sharing the local media, and this local media is distributed across each and every participant through the server itself. If any participant is left from the meeting, if you see here, all three participants will get automatically get notified, and here as well, and here as well, and here as well. So the QuickRTC setup is that much simple, and you can do it in pretty much in minutes of time. You can go to the documentation that I have shown here, the QuickRTC documentation website here. Thank you so much.